Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. It's a Notice Heaven story. If you are solo stand and can't see other members, then this story isn't for you. You are on wrong channel. Watch the story carefully, then comment. Be respectful and don't embarrass yourself. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. Arthur's point of view. Jimin was the youngest and most spoiled member of the Kim family. He was pampered by everyone, especially Hobie. One day he demanded for his own mobile, which Hyang refused because he was so young and innocent to get his own mobile. He protested, but no one paid attention on him. Next day, Hobie brought a new mobile for him. Everyone scolded him so much, but after seeing Jimin's happiness, agreed. Jimin promised to himself that he wouldn't let it affect his studies and use carefully. But could it possible? Nah. He started spending more time on mobile, neglecting his studies. He made so many online friends and joined so many online groups. He innocently shared his and his Hyang's personal details. He trusted online people whom he didn't even know personally. Soon, an unknown person started blackmailing him by making his mocked pics with illegal things. He started threatening Jimin and demanded money. Jimin became so scared and started sending him money by stealing from his Hyangs. He maintained distance from his Hyangs. He was in guilt and didn't want anyone to know about his mistake. He was doing everything which that online person was saying him, but his demands weren't ready to the name to stop. Every time Jimin sent him money, he demanded for more money. T-Cook and Hobie talked with him and assured him that they were with him. He wasn't alone. When Jimin returned home from school, he got another message from the blackmailer. Jimin couldn't arrange the money and didn't have any courage to face his Hyangs, so he decided to end his life. He wrote an apology letter and hung himself on the ceiling fan. Let's see what happens next. T. Cookie, what happened? Why are you silent? Cook, because of Minnie. Hyang. T. Minnie, but why? Did he say anything to you? Cook, no Hyang. That's the biggest thing to concern. I don't know you noticed or not, but Minnie has changed. Earlier, he was always ready to irritate us. He always had something to tell us, but now he barely talks. T. I thought only I noticed his this behavior. Don't worry, he must be in his room. Let's go and talk with him. Yangs are at their workplace, so it's the best chance to talk with him. We won't go anywhere until he tells us the truth. Today he has to share his worries with us. Cook unlocked the door from a spare key and they both came inside. They directly came to Jimin's room to talk with him, but what they saw made them numb. They saw Jimin's body was from the ceiling fan. T screamed and ran. Minnie! immediately hugged his lower body and pulled him up. Cookie, bring the stool fast! Cook immediately brought the stool and climbed on it. Hank, don't worry, nothing will happen to Minnie. Cookie removed the blanket from Jimin's neck and brought him down. He immediately carried him in his arms and ran towards the hospital. He didn't check Jimin, he only ran as fast as he can. Cookie ran behind them after closing the door. Both Teacock were barefoot. They removed their shoes at the main door. They didn't wait for any transport. Soon they reached at the hospital where Hobie was working as doctor. Note: do you know in South Korea there is no ceiling fan in the house? They preferred standing fans. Ceiling fans are used only in cafe and restaurants. There is a myth that ceiling fan can suffocate them when they sleep. Most of them believe in this superstition of fan death. Cookie screamed, Hobie Hank! Hobie Hank! Hobie Hank! What boy brought the stretcher? Put him down. What happened to him? T placed Jimin on the stretcher. Susai. What boy looked at him. Kiss. T nodded his head vigorously with tears. Yeah. What boy? What's wrong happening with this generation? It's a police case. You go and submit the form and I will take him to doctor. Don't worry. Hobie, dragged by Cook. Cookie, what happened? Why are you dragging me? Why are you crying? At least say something. You are scaring me. Cook dragged him to Jimin. Minnie? What boy looked at Hobie. Dr. Hobie, it's good. You came. Check him. Another case. Hobie, shocked, looked at T, who had tears in his eyes. Hobie tried to check Jimin, but his hand was shaking a lot, eyes were teary. He wasn't able to check him. Suddenly, another doctor came and slightly pushed Hobie and checked Jimin. Dr. Young, oh no, his vitals are very low, looked at the ward boy. It's an emergency case. Call the police and his family. Move fast. Doctor left from there with Jimin. T filled the form with the help of ward boy. Cookie informed his Yangs. Hobie was standing there. It looks like his soul left his body. Tears were rolling down through his cheeks. He was shattered. Dr. Young was attending Jimin. Soon Yangs reached there. Note: do you know, according to the medical rules, a doctor or surgeon can't treat his own family or close members like parents, siblings, spouse, children, friends, relatives, or any other person with whom he was too attached because his emotional aspect may worsen the situation. He can't take right decision being too emotional and attached. It may cause patient's life. He is allowed to treat normal cases like fever or flu but not emergency cases except if it's an emergency and no other doctor is available. Jin ran there. Dee Cookie? Tea Cook hugged Jin tightly. Yeah, Minnie. Jin hugged them tightly. No, don't cry. Minnie will be fine. You two did very good job. Jungi patted their heads. Yeah, and Hobie is treating Minnie. Cook looked at Yoongi. No, Hobie Hank isn't treating Minnie. Doctor didn't allow him because of medical rules. He is in his cabin and said not to disturb him. Yoongi looked at his feet. Did he? Why are your feet bleeding? Looked at Cookie. Your feet are bleeding too. What happened? We brought Minnie here barefoot, so maybe. June, did you bring him from construction route? Cook nodded his head vigorously. That was the shortcut now. Jin, wait, I will bring any ward boy or nurse. Left. June, I'm going to meet Hobie Hang. About to go. Police inspector. I got the call from hospital that a schoolboy tried to attempt. You are his family? June, yes officer, we are his family. His name is Kim Jimin. I'm Kim Namjoon. Police inspector, it's a police case. I hope you will cooperate. Jungi, absolutely officer. T. Police inspector, who saw him first? T. Me and Cookie returned from the university. Minnie wasn't looking fine from past few days, so we decided to talk with him. When we entered in his room, I saw him burst into tears. Hinky patted his shoulder. It's okay. Cook, he was on ceiling fan. We brought him down and took him here. Police inspector, so he was alone in the house. We need to check your house. Whenever he will regain his consciousness, immediately inform us. First, we will record his statement. After that, you can meet him. Shungi, sure, officer. I will take you to our home. Shungi and June left with police inspector. They found out about Jimin's blackmailing things. Yoongi and June filed complaint in cyber cell and informed everyone about it. Jimin regained his consciousness and police inspector recorded his statement too. Dr. Young, he is out of danger now. You can meet him, but try to control your emotions. He may be in guilt, so don't say anything him right now. Jin, don't worry doctor, we will be careful. Everyone except Hobie came inside the ward. Jimin was looking down. He was on drip. Jin lovingly strokes his hair. Minnie? Jimin, looking down. I'm sorry, Hank. Shingi, softly. We will talk about it later. June, you're safe, Minnie. Look up. Your family is here with you. You aren't alone. Jimin looked up. Hobie Hangi isn't come. He is still mad on me. Tears rolled down through his cheeks. Jin wiped Jimin's tears. No, nothing is like that. Hobie is a doctor now, so he is checking other patients. Don't think much, okay? Jimin mumbled, sorry. Time skipped after few days. Few days passed. Jimin was now perfectly fit and fine. Cybercell arrested the person who blackmailed Jimin. He was 24-year-old hacker boy. He was the student of ethical hacking for earning money from shortcut. He did that. Jimin wasn't the first one whom he blackmailed. He was running this racket from past 1 year with his 5 friends. They misused their studies and target these no-sense teens who recently joined the social media. They first chat with them and trapped in their emotional talks and slowly got all the information. Then blackmailed them by morphed pics and videos. Nobody complains about them because of fear. They were the first one who complained, and because of that, Cybercell saved so many teens from getting fraud. Youngs got back their money. Jimin got back his mobile. Hobie didn't talk with Jimin. He didn't even look at him. He made himself so busy. He barely came home. Jimin tried a lot to talk with him, but he didn't talk. Jimin was so guilty and desperate to talk with Hobie because among all of them, he was more closer to Hobie. Yangs decided to talk with Hobie. Jin walked inside Hobie's room and turned on the lights. Get up, Hova. We know you aren't sleeping. You are too bad in pretending. Yungi patted Hobie's shoulder. Get up. Hobie turned his side. I'm so sleepy. I have so much work in hospital. June pulled his blanket. We aren't here to listen your excuse, Yang. We came here to talk. Hobie sat on the bed. What's your problem? Why are you irritating me? I don't want to talk. Can't you understand it? Just leave me alone. Yungi brought the chair and said, your shouting won't work. So stop shouting. Jin sat on the bed. What happened? Hobie, nothing. What happened to me? June sat beside him. Why aren't you talking with Winnie? Hobie, there is nothing like this. Yungi, spit the anger. We know you are staying in hospital to avoid Minnie. You are mad at him. Hobie, why would I be? June, you are his favorite Yang. You spoiled him so much. Hobie sadly chuckled. Favorite? He is so big, he didn't need any of us. Jin, no Hoba, he is still an innocent and precious child. He just got scared and tried to fix everything by himself. Hobie, that's the problem, Yang. He tried to fix everything by himself. Why didn't he come to me? He always came to me whenever he did any mistake. Yungi, maybe he got scared because till now he did only small mistakes. Hobie, don't try to defend him, Yang. I talked with him and assured him that nothing is more important than him. I'm always with him. Then also he took this reckless decision. What if T. Cook had late and anything would have happened to him? Then how would we live without him? How would we forgive ourselves? He didn't even think about us before taking this much big step. What didn't we give to him? We gave him everything, fulfilled his all the wishes. I went against all of you and brought mobile for him. We gave him a healthy environment where he doesn't need to think before sharing his talks. He did. He always shared his everything with us. Then why didn't he share this time? If anyone tried to say him anything or bully him, then he immediately complained to June. But this much blackmailing incident happened and he didn't say anything. He got courage to steal and take his life but couldn't get courage to tell us the truth. Titi and Cookie never hide anything from us. Then why did he? How dare he to hide this much big thing from us? We are his family. If we can fulfill his demands, then it's our right to know everything about him. We gave him so much liberty and he took advantage of it. What does he think? His life is only his. No, it's ours. We raised him. We stayed up whole night. Whenever he felt sick, we taught him for his exams. He learned walking by holding our finger. Showed them his finger. We ran behind him to feed him his food. We danced and sang to stop his crying. What didn't we do for him? We raised him by our soul for this day to see him taking his life. Hobie was shouting and taking out his anger which he hid in his heart. Tears were rolling down through his cheeks. His pain was right. He raised Jimin just like his own child. Not to see him dead, he it hurts when we provide everything but still not be able to get others' trust. No one said anything to him, no one wiped his tears. They weren't tears which were rolling down through his cheeks. It was his pain, his fear to lose his child. After few minutes, Jin wiped his tears and Yoongi made him drink water. Jin, you weren't wrong, Huba. We also bore this pain. We raised our magnate like our children and didn't want to see them in pain. We are also mad, but this can't help. We are elders. We can't lose our patience. Minnie is just a child. He didn't know outside's world. He easily trusts others. He realized his mistake. He is guilty for hurting us. John, yes. Just think about his mental state, how much he worried at that time. Yoongi, he needs you. He needs his Hobie Yangi, who pampered him so much. He's craving for your love. Go and talk with him. Hobie, it's all happened because of me. If I hadn't brought mobile, then this wouldn't have happened. Jimin was standing outside of Hobie's room and listening everything with guilty eyes and tears. He knew how deep he hurt his Yangs. Teacup were with Jimin. They didn't leave him alone. Jimin opened the door and came inside. Jimin, Yang, it's not like it. Please don't blame yourself. It's my fault, not yours. Please punish me, but talk with me. Hobie angrily grabbed his arm. Why would I talk to you? Who am I to you? You want to die, na? You were my pride, but you broke my trust. I will never forgive you for this. Jimin, while crying, please, Yangi. Hobie, how dare you to hide this much things from us? Jimin, I didn't know it would go this far. I thought I will handle it alone. Hobie looked at Yangs. Did you hear his answer? You can handle it alone, na? Then handle. Stay alone. Angrily left. Yangs, Hobie went behind him. Jimin fell on the floor. I had everything, but I lost everything because of wrong people. Place the mobile on the bed. I don't want mobile. I want my huggies. Started crying. T. Minnie, don't cry. It's not mobile's fault. You can use it, but in limits. You have to learn to set boundaries. Cook, you broke Yang's trust and you have to earn that back, but not by crying. Prove yourself. Show them your love. They will soon forgive you. Don't cry. Cook encouraged Jimin and helped him to get Yang's forgiveness. Jimin didn't use his mobile. He concentrated his studies and got good marks. After ignoring Jimin whole month and showing Jimin's efforts, Hobie finally hugged him and forgave him. Technology is powerful, but without guidance, it can destroy innocence and life. Oversharing online can lead to dangerous we can't undo. As family, it's our duty to guide, not just give. Love isn't giving everything a child asks for, but teaching them what truly keeps them safe. Share your problem with your family. Accept your mistake and try to correct it rather than ending your life. It's not only yours. The end. Arthur's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. Although this story didn't perform well, even it get lowest views I have ever received. but still it's as special and precious for me like other story. Nowadays, cases of cyber crimes are increasing. Lots of teens are choosing to end their lives rather than stand up against it. Through this story, I just wanted to spread awareness against cybercrime. Dear teens, your life is more precious than anything else. Don't share your personal details with online people whom you don't know personally. Not everyone is real. Protect your privacy. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.